Summer is the perfect time to plan a vacation. It's also a great time to start planning for the holidays. It may seem far away, but holiday shopping can have a big impact on your finances if you don't make a proactive plan. Local financial professional Brad Allen from Drake & Associates joins us with some tips to get us started here. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. So how can holiday spending affect our financial situation as we talk about this in July?
Well, holiday spending is one of those top spending times of the year, right? So, planning ahead for it is always a good thing. You just don't want to get to the season where you're spending a lot of money and you have to put it on high interest credit cards and all those kind of things where you're spending all year next year trying to pay that off again. So it's a good time of year, halfway through the year, basically, to start saying, okay, what can I do now that's going to help build that account up for me so I have that money when the holidays come around?
Well, what can you do?
Well, the first one is creating a budget for it. Put pen on paper. Take a look at what you spent last year, and who you bought gifts for. Who do you want to buy gifts for this year? And once you budget it out and how much you want to spend per person, you can start saving. That's number two, is stockpiling those savings. Just make sure that you're putting enough away so you're not having to put it on the credit cards later in the year. But the major thing you want to make sure is not touching your actual savings account, your emergency fund. We saw how important that emergency fund was during the pandemic, where you needed that money in case you lost your job or whatever. You need that money on the sideline. So set up a separate account for the holidays that you can start now, so you're not stressing out about how much you're putting away as you get closer to it. And then one of the big things you can do, especially if you have a big family, as families grow, they start looking at, okay, are we going to buy presents for every single person or every single family? You could start looking at maybe gift exchanges, picking a name, or just buying presents for the kids instead of the adults. Maybe that makes it easier for each family not to have to worry about spending so much money around the holidays, especially if you have a big family. So those are just kind of things you want to start talking about now as you kind of plan for the holidays, especially if you're going out of town or all these things. People start buying gifts pretty early for the holidays. You want to make sure that, whatever you decide to do as far as gift exchanges, those things you talk about now, so somebody doesn't buy you a gift after you talk about it.
Yeah, you can reduce that stress in many ways if you start planning now. We've got a Brad bonus tip for us today. What's that?
Well, we work a lot in retirement, and in retirement, if you have any kind of traditional IRAs, 401ks, after 73 years old, you have to start taking required minimum distributions. So that's a percentage of those IRAs you have to take out each and every year. So planning, those RMDs, since you have to take it out already to pay the taxes on it, maybe use some of that money for the holiday spending. Maybe take it out at strategic times throughout the year to make sure you're taking out enough for the spending you want to do, those kind of things. So as far as retirement goes, if you are taking those RMDs out, that can be a great holiday spending strategy. Just make sure you have a plan for it.
That makes sense. Brad, where do we go for more information?
You can go to drakeandassociates.net, and we have all our upcoming classes and retirement kind of stuff coming up in the next couple weeks.
Great, Brad. Thank you.
Thank you.